Hey, what's going on YouTube? Explosive Movement Patterns here, back again with yet another video, and today I'm going to be starting a little series called Triple Jump Tips, and I'm going to talk about different aspects of the triple jump, such as, technique and meet preparation, as well as the overall training revolving around triple jump, and I'm going to include some long jump as well. And in today's video, I want to talk about the importance of developing maximum velocity and acceleration year-round when it comes to the jumping events, specifically long jump and triple jump, because speed is one of the most, if not the most important component when it comes to the horizontal jumps, because in long jump, obviously, you need to get as much speed as possible to carry yourself into the pit. And the same thing in triple jump, because the best triple jumpers have very fast, very quick phases, and they carry their speed well throughout the entire jump. I've seen some triple jumpers who can, make up for a lack of speed when it comes to overall power and strength, which basically being all power jumpers. But however, you need to incorporate a lot of speed and acceleration training within your different program and to make the best possible jumper you can be. And so basically developing maximum acceleration, maximum velocity and acceleration year round means that I would recommend training. If you're just training for track and you're not doing any other sports, I'd recommend doing this 2 to 3 times a week, probably 2 times a week, just to be safe and to make sure that you're not getting hurt, not getting injured. And obviously, if you hurt something, you need to cut down on that. And if you're in another sport, I would recommend doing it once a week and maybe once every 2 weeks if you're really, really super busy. I understand a lot of athletes play basketball in the winter, or their football coaches want them to lift. That's the situation I was in, and is that I would train for football in the winter, but I'd also still get some specific work in for track. And to develop maximum, let's start with developing maximum velocity. Basically, you need to be doing sprints where you reach your maximum velocity and you're able to carry that. So an example would be by doing 30-meter flies, where you get a 30-meter acceleration zone to get up to top speed, and then have a 30-meter zone of where you're holding that top end speed. And it's important that you are at top speed by the time you reach the fly zone. Otherwise, it becomes an acceleration drill and not a top end speed drill. And you need to make sure that you get decent recovery in between each rep. So a sample workout might be 3 by 30-meter flies with 3 minutes of rest in between each fly, and then 6 to 10 minutes rest in between each set. Obviously, you can scale it down depending on where you're at in terms of your season and in terms of how you're feeling that day. Another thing I like to do is by doing reps of 60 to 80 meters, just at basically 95 to 100% with full recoveries in between. So something like that might be like 6 by 60 meters or 6 by 80 meters, where you're getting about 6 to 8 minutes rest in between each one. Make sure each one's good. And for acceleration, obviously, if you're doing these 60 meters and 80 meters at full speed, you're going to get some acceleration work in there. With the flies, not so much, even though there is an acceleration zone. It's more of a top-end speed drill. Some ways to develop good acceleration are just by doing 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s as well. Work on good acceleration and top-end speed. Doing a lot of those, getting good recovery in between each rep. Obviously, because the importance behind acceleration and top-end speed is that you are getting, the right amount of rest, that each rep can be as explosive, can be as fast as possible, because that's going to really help you develop your speed and your acceleration. And the importance of doing this year-round is because of the fact that speed, like I said, is probably the most important component when it comes to the horizontal jumps. And obviously, it's not always like the fastest jumper is going to win, but it's important for every jumper to develop their maximum velocity and their speed. And I know a lot of coaches in the off-season, especially for track, say you need to build up a base, and that can be important. However, the main thing you must focus on, especially if you're a jumper, is developing that acceleration and the maximum velocity. Like I said, 2 times a week if you're getting ready for track, once a week if you're involved in another sport, maybe once every 2 weeks. And that's all you have to do. Focus on speed and acceleration on those days, and you're going to see by the time the season comes around that you're going to be a lot faster, and you're going to be able to carry your jumps out further. In long jump, you're going to have that more speed down the runway, that ability to really get out there. And the same thing in triple jump, of where I've noticed for me personally is that my last season in triple jump, I was really trying to power through the entire jump, and so that way my phases were getting a little too high, and I was kind of slow through my jump. And already, I'm jumping a lot further than I was at the end of last season, even though I really haven't gotten that much, really any technique-specific work in to this point of the season, because my track season doesn't start till the beginning of March. But I've noticed an improvement already in terms of how fast I'm going through my phases and in terms of how well I'm carrying my speed throughout the jump. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've been really working on acceleration and maximum velocity throughout the off-season. So yeah, I just want to talk about, today in this video about the importance of maximum velocity and acceleration for triple jumpers and long jumpers. So yeah, this is the first episode of Triple Jump Training Tips, and Explosive Movement Patterns signing off. See you guys later. Peace.